or more than you have to. Alright, the last problem dealt with copies. This one says if the area of the room is 12 square meters, what is the area of the room in square centimeters? Now here we were just dealing with 1 square centimeter or 1 square meter, but now we're talking about something different than the number 1, so we're going to have to tackle this a little bit differently. Alright, the scale factor, again, from meters to centimeters, square meters to square centimeters, was 100, because we need more of them to equal one of these. We needed 100 of them exactly. Alright, so the scale factor is 100, so that's going to tell us something. Alright, we're going to solve this, but remember, it's a real good idea. If there's a possibility of needing to take notes down, here's one of those areas where I would recommend it. In class, we mentioned that the original figure, or I should say the area of the original figure times or multiplied by the scale factor squared will give you the area of the image created. Alright, do we know the original area? Yes, they told us it's 12 square meters. So we have 12. And again, what was the scale factor? We know the scale factor was 100, but we're supposed to square that. So we have 100, and that's going to give us the area of the image. So you could either type it in a calculator or write it out to see what it comes out to. So let's just write it back out. So that would be 12 times, I messed that up, 12 times, I don't know why it's giving me a bigger dot than over there. Alright, 12 times 10,000 equals, for some reason it switched my font, 120,000. 120,000 what? It says the area of the room is 12 square meters. What is the area of the room in square centimeters? So you could write square centimeters, or you could write centimeters squared. Okay, so that's how we got our answer here. It's really the same thing. It's how many copies. This tells you the copies, but we had to multiply it by the original area to find out the new area, or the area of the image. Alright, letter D says the area of a backyard is 240,000 square centimeters. What is the area of the backyard in square meters? So now we're going from a lot of small things to less bigger things. So here, how do you get from square centimeters to square meters? We're going to have to reverse it and see what we come up with. Alright, so we have the original times the scale factor squared is the area of the image. So now the original is 240,000. And the scale factor squared, this time the scale factor, instead of being 100, is 1 over 100. Alright, so we have 240,000 times 1 over 100 squared, because that whole scale factor needs to be squared, is going to give you the area of the image. Alright, since 100 squared is 10,000, 1 over 100 squared is going to be 1 over 10,000, because 1 times 1 is 1, and 100 times 100 is 10,000. So this is going to be 1 over 10,000. Alright, 240,000 times 1 over 10,000. Again, you type it in a calculator. This is the same thing as 240,000 over 1, but shouldn't need to write that. Alright, so 240,000 times 1, and then 1 times 10,000 will be over 10,000. So 240,000 is basically divided by 10,000, and that comes out to 24. 24 what? says, what is the area of the backyard in square meters? So you can write square meters if you prefer it like that, or meters squared. Now these are basically the same thing because 240,000 square centimeters is the same thing as 24 square meters. It's just a different way of writing it. And obviously it would make more sense if you were talking about your backyard to talk about it being 24 square meters and not 240,000 square centimeters. This is closer to what somebody could actually visualize, where this, they would have no clue what that means or how big it is. Obviously, unless they did the math involved to get there. Alright, we're ready.